Hi YouTube, it's your boy Grassy TV coming at you with another video for Hero Siege 2. Today we're going to be checking out all the sub-skill trees for the Demon Slayer class, going through each node and demonstrating every augment. You may have noticed that this video is a bit more raw and unedited. We have Season 5 starting on December 13th, so I want to get the rest of these sub-skill videos done and over with. That way we can move on to leveling guides and progression guides, different things that I have planned, and really just getting prepped for Season 5. Let's get into it. The first skill is Trigger Finger. Starting with the travel nodes, we have increased attack rating, increased damage dealt, increases the amount of projectiles fired, increased projectile speed, chance to inflict burning on hit, execute low life monsters, chance to fragment bullets on hit causes chance to fragment bullets on hit causing pieces to ricochet around the target, chance to inflict armor break on hit, increased critical strike damage, and increased damage to burning targets. I already streamed today, so I'm a little bit. The first augment is Piercing Mayhem. Projectiles now pierce and bounce off of terrain, dealing increased damage. You can see we can bounce off terrain. Cool. Second is Finger Tapped Kill Shot. Fire a single projectile with significantly increased range and power, dealing multiplied damage. Trigger Finger now has a small cooldown. Third is Draining Bullets. Fire a burst of projectiles traveling through air and landing on the target location, dealing area of effect damage. And fourth, Shredder Slugs. Fire small shredders dealing damage over time and inflicting bleeding. The shredder's projectile speed slows down on impact. The second skill is Bullet Hell. Start with the travel nodes. We have increased damage dealt, increase the amount of projectiles fired, chance on attack to fire an additional wave of bullets, increased attack rating, chance to knock monsters back on hit, stunning them, increased projectile speed, increase the size of Bullet Hell projectiles, increases critical strike damage when using Bullet Hell, chance to unleash an explosion dealing area of effect, and increases damage dealt to stun targets. The first augment is Bullet Storm. Bullets now orbit you and release into all directions with reduced distance. Second is Nowhere to Hide. Fire additional projectiles in a wider radius. This actually gets fairly wide whenever you add the extra projectiles to it. Almost straight line. Or 180 degrees, whichever way you want to look at it. Third is Demon's Ricochet. Projectiles now chain on impact. And fourth, Gunpowder. Bullets knock monsters back with increased power, dealing increased damage and stunning monsters when they collide with terrain. At this point, I don't have a monster. We can go grab one real quick. I'll end up one-shotting it. It'll knock him back. All right, we can all figure that one out. The third skill is Possessed Bullet. Starting with the travel nodes, we have chance to fire an additional bullet, increase the amount of projectiles released, increase damage dealt, chance to inflict bleeding on hit, chance to unleash ripples of blood on hit, dealing area of effect damage, increase damage to bleeding targets, increase projectile speed, chance to unleash additional bullets after the initial hit, inflicts armor break, And blood ripples replenish a portion of your maximum life on hit. Replenish is not the same as life leech, right? Replenish is when it hits, you are getting 1%. It's not based on your damage. The first augment is Ghost Whirl. Projectiles now swirl around the target in a small radius. Second is Seeking Host. Possessed bullets now return to the target after a short duration. Third is Haunting. Bullets now haunt monsters, soloing them and exploding after a short duration, dealing area of effect damage. I missed. And fourth, Malignance. Send multiple homing ghosts towards the target, dealing damage to monsters on their path. The fourth skill is Shredder Trap. Starting with the travel nodes, we have increased damage dealt, chance for Shredder Trap to grow larger on hit, chance to unleash smaller flying shredders on hit, dealing additional damage, inflicts bleeding, decreased movement diminish, decreased mana cost, increased cast rate, chance to inflict arcane break, increased damage to bleeding targets, and increase the size of shredders. The first augment is Come Back with a Cut. Shredders now home back to you after a short period, dealing damage on the way. Second is Wood Chop. Throw multiple smaller shredders at once. Shredder Trap now has a cooldown. Third is Circular Cutting, unleashing multiple orbiting shredders around you. Talk about a blade vortex. And fourth, Giga Shredder. Unleash a big shredder that slowly homes towards the closest monster in range. You can now only spawn one shredder. Fifth ability is Fast Slices. Starting with the travel nodes, we have increased area of effect, increased damage dealt, increased attack rating, chance to heat the target's souls, causing them to explode after a brief moment, dealing area of effect damage, chance to knock monsters airborne, causing them to deal area of effect damage upon landing on the third hit, inflict burning on hit, increases damage to burning targets, decreased mana cost, increased critical strike damage, and execute low life monsters. The first augment is Flaming Blades. Every slice additionally unleashes a wave of fire, inflicting burning for a portion of the damage. Second is Detonation Slice. Your third attack now causes monsters to unleash an explosion, dealing area of effect damage. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Third is Shadow Daggers. There are multiple piercing daggers with each slash. This one's my favorite. I actually really like the AoE that you get from these daggers. It's really cool. If return projectile stays on glow stick, this works with return proj, which is really nice. And fourth, high strike. Your third attack sends some enemies high in the air, causing them to deal area of effect damage upon landing. I missed one. The sixth skill is absolute mayhem. Starting with the travel nodes, we have increased amount of bullets fired, increased damage dealt, increased projectile speed, decreased cooldown, chance to inflict freeze, chance to knock monsters back, chance for bullets to explode in fragments on hit, unleashing shrapnel around the target, increased critical strike damage, decreased movement diminish, and increased damage to freezing targets. So it should probably say frozen targets. The first augment is impact shrapnel. Bullets now break into fragments traveling in an arc behind the target, dealing area of effect damage. Second is line of fire. Fire additional trail bullets in an arc. Third is explosion vacuum. Fire a single bullet which vacuums all nearby monsters, unleashing a big explosion. So it'll suck all of them in and then pop. And fourth, Maniac Mayhem. The Demon Slayer changes his weapon into a demonic minigun, which uncontrollably fires bullets for a short duration before breaking. Pew, 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 pew. The seventh skill is Demon's Calling. Starting with the travel nodes, we have Pentagram Radius. This increases the area of effect radius of Demon's Calling. Increased damage dealt. Chance to send monsters airborne on hit, causing them to deal area of effect damage. Chance to inflict Arcane Break. Chance to drop Chaos Meters on hit, dealing increased damage. Chance to inflict Burning. Increased damage to burning targets. Chance on cast to jump higher and smash the ground, dealing increased damage with area of effect radius. Decreased mana cost, and chance to shock the ground an additional time. The first augment is Unholy Aftershock. Demon's Calling now echoes an additional time, increasing its size. Second is Shadow Flames. Dark Meteors now unleash a trail of shadow flames outwards, dealing additional damage. I gotta probably take Dark Meteors. Yep. Third is Appearing from Shadows, bleeding towards the target location before unleashing Demon's Calling with increased damage. And fourth, Pentagram Shockwave. Unleash a shockwave of pentagrams, dealing additional damage. The final skill is Slash of Shadows. Starting with the travel nodes, we have increased projectile speed, increased damage dealt according to your strength, Chance to unleash an additional slice of shadows on attack. Increased attack rating. Gain a stacking buff for a short period. Chance to inflict armor break. Chance on hit to freeze enemies. Increase damage to frozen targets. Increase critical strike damage. And increase the size of shadows. The first augment is Shadow Extraction. Perform an empowered attack, unleashing small shadows from the target on hit. Should probably put the right weapon on, huh? Second is Shadow's Arc. Unleash a additional shadow in an arc. Unleash additional shadows in an arc. Just like that. Third is Lingering Shadows. Gain a stack of Lingering Shadows on hit. At maximum stacks, your next slice of shadows deals increased damage with increased size. And last, Scorching Shadow. Unleashes Shadow Ball of Fire, bouncing from terrain and inflicting burning on hit. And that's going to wrap up all the sub-skill trees for the Demon Slayer class. Let me know your favorite augment in the comment. If you want to stay up to date with all the Season 5 beta, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel, as well as I am streaming the beta on Twitch at twitch.tv/Graxy_TV. Come check me out. I'm there every day making leveling guides, doing all sorts of different content. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.